Pastor Roy Gearhart from Galloway United Methodist Church in Franklin, Pennsylvania, sharing a few words of encouragement to help us follow after Jesus. Well, today, everyone in America is awakened to a certain amount of uncertainty and unsettledness. We cast our votes yesterday. I've still got my sticker on as I exercised my right to vote. And yet today we still don't know what the future holds. We're not sure who won the election. And even if we know that, there are many uncertainties yet ahead. And the fact of the matter is that even when the vote is settled, about half the people in the country are going to be upset because they oppose the end results of the election. That's how divided we are. So as we step out into a world filled with so much uncertainty, how do we do that? How do we do that with confidence? How do we do that with hope? Well, as we're looking at Abram's life, we see a man who steps out into the world accepting uncertainties and being able to, though, go forward boldly because he puts his trust in God. Let's stop and think about Abram's story for a moment. Abram was settled, he had a home, he had family around him, he had lots of things that gave him a sense of security. And God called on him to follow after him to a different place, a place that he didn't even know where God was leading him. He didn't know what the conditions were going to be, who he was going to be living around, but he did know this, that if he was going to follow God, he was going to have to let go of some of the things that he has put his confidence in, the things that have built his security. He's going to have to leave his home. He's going to have to leave the familiar surroundings that he's lived in. And then he's going to have to leave his family and live in a place where all of a sudden he'll be surrounded by a lot of strangers. And he won't have people there to have his back that he's been accustomed to. He's going to step out into a world where the future is not founded on all of the things that he has built already, but the future is going to be built on the promises of God. And so Abram has to step out into a world filled with uncertainties, letting go of the familiar, letting go of things that have been the source of confidence for him in order to embrace God as the source of his hope, of his confidence, the one that he is trusting to have his future in his hands, that he's counting on God's promises to be faithful and relying on God to fulfill them. That's a bold step, but realize this, every day you and I are stepping out in faith. We're trusting in all sorts of things. We're trusting in the place where we live, to be that same place that we went to sleep the night before. We're trusting in our car to start. We're trusting in the voting system to work. We're trusting in our job to still be there. We're trusting in all kinds of things every single day. And many of those things are filled with uncertainty. Many of those things are really not guaranteed to us. And so every day we step out with a certain requirement of faith. And so Abram wasn't being asked to do something that we don't do. What he was being asked to do was shift the foundation of his hope and of his faith, to put it in God and to trust in him. And I can tell you this, that no matter who wins this election, I'm still going to put my trust and my hope in God, that I still am going to rely on God to be the one who really holds my life in his hands, that holds my future in his hands, that in fact, my future and my hope is not built on where I'm at or the circumstances around me or even the people in my life. All of those things are quite changeable. I have to trust and rely on God day in and day out. And that's what gives you and me the strength to continue confidently in life, even when we lose a job or lose someone that we're close to, or we're forced to move because of a job or because of school or other needs in our life. It's that trust in God that gives us a boldness to step into the day filled with uncertainties and not live in terror, not live constantly thinking about all the what ifs and maybes and the possibilities, good, bad, and ugly, but allow us to step out into life with a hope that's rooted in a confidence in one who has proven that he loves us and that he cares for us and that he is ultimately in charge, God. Well, may God bless you today, and as you share this good news, may God make you a blessing wherever he takes you.